What's up, everybody? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button to the Hoops Tonight YouTube channel, and then follow me on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter so you guys don't miss any of our content over the course of this season. All right, let's talk some basketball. Hey, Jason, longtime fan and listener. Please more Devin Booker love, man. He's been so good defensively considering his skill set. He has been at the top of Team USA in plus minus since the beginning of camp. I want some Jason Timpf love from a man, D-Book. So the Devin Booker thing has been really fascinating to me. I actually was talking with the Spears and Ali, they're a local radio station here in Tucson, actually. I was on there this morning, and we were talking. They specifically asked me, like, with the play of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and the play of Anthony Davis and LeBron James, should Lakers fans and Suns fans be excited? And my answer was they should be annoyed. And the reason why they should be annoyed is the reason why the Suns and Lakers struggle is because outside of their stars, they don't have starting caliber NBA players that play both ends of the floor. Like, Austin Reeves is the third best Laker. He's a very good offensive player, and he tries on defense. But because of his limitations, he's an average to slightly above average defensive player. D'Angelo Russell, very good offensive player, very bad defensive player. Rui Hachimura, very good offensive player, very bad defensive player. Jared Vanderbilt, very good defensive player, very bad offensive player. Gabe Vincent, decent offensive player, or a decent defensive player, pretty bad offensive player. As you can see, they got these one-way guys. And so the Lakers are full of holes, and they've had a bunch of issues, which is why I've been preaching they need upgrades at the 2 and 3 now for 2 years, right? Look at the Suns. Same sort of thing. Beyond Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, it's a bunch of guys who play one end of the floor. Yusuf Nurkic is a really useful five-out fulcrum who sets good screens, sets good dribble handoffs, can finish under the basket, can get offensive rebounds, can occasionally knock down a three. And while I was impressed by his effort defensively last year, he's limited there. You know, Eric Gordon at this phase in his career, not exactly a dominant two-way player, right? Josh Okogie, really good defensive player, limited offensively. We can go on, but the reality is the Suns and the Lakers are struggling because from the front office down, and for the Suns, it has more to do with their constraints after making the deals that they made. For the Lakers, it has more to do with organizational incompetence, but those teams are struggling because, as we saw, having the Derek Whites, having the Drew Holidays, having the Al Horfords, having the role players that play both ends of the floor is what wins you an NBA championship. You got to have superstar talent plus two-way role players. And the Lakers and Suns have the superstar talent. They don't have the two-way role players. And this is taking it back to the Jason Tatum thing. This is why that kind of conversation is stupid. I think Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis are all better than Jason Tatum right now. I think they all are. But especially with Jason Tatum in this miserable shooting slump, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because their team has these limitations. Tatum's playing alongside good two-way role players. His team's winning a shit ton of games and winning the title. Anthony Davis and LeBron and Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, they're playing alongside one-way role players. Their team is really struggling. Basketball is a team sport at the end of the day. And by the way, when I say LeBron, Anthony Davis, and KD are better than Tatum, I'm mainly talking in a playoff context. I think for 82 games, you still take Tatum over most guys just because of his durability. LeBron turns 40 next year. But the point is like, we did get a healthy LeBron and AD last year, and they still underachieved. And a lot of people are going like, well, if LeBron and AD are that good, why aren't they winning more? And it's like, because it is better to win games to have the Drews and the Derek Whites and the Al Horfords than it is to have the Rui Hachimuras, the D'Angelo Russells, and the Jared Vanderbilts. It just is. It just is. Like, two-way role players win titles. That is what happens. And so I hope that we can kind of like see past that. As far as the Devin Booker part goes, and I want to take it back to the mailbag for a second. The fascinating thing to me is that those four guys have played well. If you were to rank the top 5 players with Team USA so far, it's going to be LeBron and AD, Booker and KD, and it's probably Bam as the 5th guy. And I think that's really fascinating. AD and Bam, why have they succeeded? They are 2 traditional 5-out bigs, really good at flowing from side to side, multiple dribble handoffs in the same possession, the ability to be a scoring threat on the roll, while also being able to get up and down the floor and transition and defend in multiple ways. That's obviously why they've worked. Why has Kevin Durant and Devin Booker worked so well? Kevin Durant and Devin Booker have worked so well because they are the quintessential plug-and-play guys. Devin Booker has been asked to be Klay Thompson on this team, to guard on the perimeter, to chase over the top of screens, and to operate with an advantage created by other stars. He's done a masterful job of that. And then Kevin Durant, the exact same thing, obviously from the forward position. He's benefiting from the attention other guys are getting, knocking down a ton of these perimeter jump shots, which are so valuable in FIBA with the defensive 3-second rule. And just one of the big reasons why Book and KD in particular have played so well is quick decision making. They are just guys that catch and quickly read the floor, make a read, keep it moving. That is really easy to play alongside. When you go play pickup, and you're playing with a guy that you know what he's going to do, it's easy. Because when you throw him that pass, if you know he's going to shoot when he's open or he's going to drive when he's guarded and he's going to always make the right play out of it, it's easy to play. When you throw it to the guy who catches and holds and jab steps and you don't know if he's going to shoot or if he's going to randomly decide to ISO or if he's going to randomly decide to do something else, it's frustrating and difficult to play with. The flip side of that coin, why has a guy like Joel Embiid really struggled in this setting? Because he's going to struggle to play 5-out basketball, flowing from side to side, getting up and down the floor, playing alongside other stars, quick decision making. I find that fascinating. And what Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are telling you is they are professional basketball players, meaning they can play many different styles of basketball. It's like a session guitarist who plays blues for one guy, a little bit of classic rock for another guy, country lines for another guy. He's a professional. His job is, what does the band need? The band needs me to do this. I'll do that, right? That's what KD and Devin Booker are doing. They are slotting in two roles on this team because they are professional basketball players. Whereas a guy like Joel Embiid, force of nature, and by literal definition, a professional basketball player, but he needs to play a certain style. And if I ask Embiid to do something that's a little out of his comfort zone, he's going to struggle. And I find that to be fascinating. And again, and I said this on the radio this morning, that to me is what's so fascinating about basketball. It's more art than science. You don't just add talent and get talent benefit. You add talent and you get what's complementary out of it. And Devin Booker and Kevin Durant have incredibly complementary play styles that can fit alongside other good basketball players.